Vyasa Puja offering to Srila Prabhupada?
I've written a number of them, but in
Andrew,
1969, that year, yes, I did, but it's not as good as hers. That's for sure. Nothing could be as good as hers.
Well, Andrew Ananda is asking you. He's interested to read your Vyasa Puja offering.
Okay, I'll read it.
We can look at both. That seems like a nice poem too. So
yeah, now Prabhu, maybe read this one first, or you want to read yours first, or because I have it on the screen.
It's up to you guys.
Rupa Manjari Prabhu, can you read? Because Narayan has read it already. I've posted that. So,
can you post it? Can you show it on the screen?
Oh, sorry, it's not on the screen. Yes. Sorry, let me get it.
I don't know how I would post it. I could read it. I don't know how I could post it. How could I post it?
Oh no, that I'll have to do. 1 second.
Well, do you know how to do it? You don't have the whole book.
I'll find it, and let's read Shraddha Prabhu's first, then we can go to yours now, Narayan Prabhu. Is that all right?
Our tears falling like rain, come back to see you again. You we have come to meet, bow down at your lotus feet, to hear nectarine words, praise of the Supreme Lord. Your presence like morning dew, you're covered with golden hue. So long waited for this time, that again could bathe in your shine. Still, the whole truth is not in meeting, but in separation. That's your teaching. This is actually more sweet than touching your lotus feet, because that is our life's perfection, feeling love for you in separation. Your humble daughter and servant, Saradiya Dasi.
Wow.
It's really potent.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
if you study the Vyasa Puja offerings of Shraddha Prabhu's and then other people, the other devotees, they have written wonderful, Vyasa Puja offerings, but they are more in awe and reverence mood, and more philosophical. This is straight. It seems like it's straight from the heart.
Oh,
No
like
philosophy. It's just that affectionate feelings. That it's not philosophy. Affectionate feelings is not really philosophy.
A pure creative expression.
Yes. Something.
well, deep personal appreciation for what we felt we were getting from Prabhupada, without a shred of a doubt.
Yes, Narayan Prabhu, Shubha Manjari Prabhu, you want to say something about this wonderful poem?
It's
By the way, when she wrote that, her name was Saradia, not Saradiya. Everybody knew her as Saradia, and her husband never referred to as anything from Saradia over the decades they were married. She became Saradiya later on when she became disillusioned.
Disillusioned.
Well, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well,
when she spoke to me about it,
you were back then.
When I spoke with her about it, she talked about the name Saradiya pronunciation with complete contempt.
Okay.
The which? Saradia?
Yeah, she had it in contempt.
Well, that's because she gave up this poem in her heart. She no longer had it. I sent her the poem. I talked to her about it. I sang it for her, and she hated it.
Huh. Interesting. She hated her own poem?
Yeah, because her life had turned so bitter.
Oh.
That everything she said in that poem, which was so real, was that of a 17-year-old girl seeing Prabhupada again and relishing and being able to express that perfectly, beyond perfectly. Channeled, you see, from Krishna was speaking through her. Paramatma was writing the poem. But her life turned out to be so bitter and miserable after that, that she hated everything about that period of her life, which was the only part of her life that was really worth living.
I mean, how can you say this? Did she reveal this to you, or this is your...
I knew her quite well.
Huh?
I knew her quite well.
Oh, okay.
Did she expressed like that?
you can see from the way she talked. Well, Rupa Manjari, how would you say when you were shacked up with her at that place in San Diego? Did she sound enthusiastic about the early days of ISKCON?
I will quote her. She said, quote, "Had I not seen him with my own eyes, I never would have joined," end quote.
If you had not seen what?
She said to me about Srila Prabhupada, she said, quote, "Had I not seen him with my own eyes, I never would have joined."
Yes. So that's the real Saradia that later on turned against her experience in ISKCON and renamed herself Saradia.
I'm
Yeah, that's
curious.
a controversial point between Rupa Manjari and myself. To me, it's not controversial because nobody called her Saradia until she really became embittered.
I agree. She was very bitter.
Yeah. So, but nobody ever called her that. But by then, at that time.
I'm curious. What is the catalyst that completely like reversed her mood about it? About ISKCON.
Hard times, I guess.
Oh, but like I don't know. I guess like Queen Kunti, she welcomed so many calamities and troubles so that she could remember Krishna. So I guess we're in a different age. So
It's hard to live up to her standards. She's an exalted devotee.
yeah. I've never encountered well, uh the only expression similar to that is when I've seen like gurukulis that grew up in the abusive gurukuls in the 80s and such, that they had only negative things to say about ISKCON and
Well, they were
completely.
terribly abused.
Right. So it just surprises me to hear that the expression by Saradia. Yeah. Um,
All right, so this is Narayan Prabhu's Vyasa Puja offering here, ISKCON Los Angeles, Narayan Vishwakarma in 1969. Adoration to Prabhupada. Okay, Narayan Prabhu, can you read?
Narayan. Hello?
he must be crying in ecstasy.
Narayan Prabhu, I don't know what he's doing. Why was he calling me for
I'm
some
joking.
reason? I think he's twitching with his phone, twitching around with his phone.
Oh, he's silent. He's muted.
He must have. Maybe he accidentally muted himself.
Narayan, you're muted. You need to unmute yourself. Oh, he left.
Oh, maybe. Well, maybe he thought it was a malfunction, and maybe he'll sign back in. Who knows?
Andrew Ananda, can I ask what's your interest in the Vyasa Puja offerings?
Oh, I'm endeavoring to compose one for my Guru Maharaj, Krishna Balaram Swamiji. It's my first one, so.
So you're looking for inspiration?
I suppose, yeah. And also just to kind of get general idea what, you know, the different, I guess, unique expressions from, sincere devotees.
Nice.
This has been nice so far. I like the poem. That one was very exalted.
By Saradia?
Mhm.
Yeah, she was an amazing lady.
When did she leave her body?
I'm gonna say maybe 4 years ago. I can't remember, honestly. I'm not sure. It could have been more than that.
So it's somewhat recently.
Oh, yeah.
Is that Narayan?
Haribol?
Yes.
Narayan, do you remember when Saradia passed away?
A couple of years ago,
A couple of years ago. Okay.
maybe 4, but I don't think it was that many.
Yeah, that was my guess, was 4.
Yeah. Oh, maybe it was. Who knows?
Narayan, do you want to read out loud your Vyasa Puja offering?
Can you hear me clearly?
Yes.
Okay, I'll do it because I'm not coming. It's not coming through my headphones. It's through my hearing aids. It's coming from the phone. So I'll try to struggle with it. I don't know how to get it through my hearing aids without everybody be calling me in. But anyhow, you want me to read?
Yeah.
Okay, this is 1969, September 4th, 1969, the Vyasa Puja. And it's the same book. It has 27 pages in it, small pages. It was the first printed Vyasa Puja ever made. First booklet form. So anyhow, it says adoration. My Vyasa Puja poem says adoration to Srila Prabhupada. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, who is the dearmost
It's breaking up really bad.
to all true souls. At his lowest deluding embrace.
Narayan, your
I need
voice,
to get in.
your connection is very bad, or is it my
Okay,
connection?
I need to get I'm not able to get through on my hearing aids. How
Yes,
do I do
please.
that?
You'll have to keep trying and try to connect with the hearing aids.
How do I do it?
You sound clear now. Huh?
Leave the meeting and then come in the meeting again. End the meeting and then come again.
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay. Vinda, you want to say hi to the devotees? Okay. One second. This is my daughter here. She's going to speak. One second. Where is this? Okay, 1 second, Vinda. Let me start the video. Okay. Oh, wait. Let me turn off my background so devotees can see. Okay. My daughter wants to say hi. 1 second, Prabhus. 1 second.
Yeah.
Narayan?
Yep.
No, Ramachandra left.
Because?
He didn't say. He just. Oh, he was trying to get his daughter to talk on the video, and then he just left.
Okay, well, I have to figure out a way of getting. Can you hear me clearly now? Because I'm not able to talk through my headsets right now.
It's breaking up terribly bad.
Okay, I'm going to change the batteries. I'll see you later. I'll join in a minute.
This is my daughter. Can everyone see?
Oh, she's so
Brenda,
cute. Haribol, Brinda.
She looks like her daddy.
Then Vinda, say hi to the Prabhus.
She looks like Papa.
Hi, well.
Howdy,
Linda,
boy.
can you see?
Hello, Linda.
Hi,
Hare Krishna, Prabhubi.
Her name is Vrinda. And where is she situated?
She's right now with the mother in Davis.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's good to be with the mother.
Haribol.
Hare Bol.
Vrinda, say Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Bolo Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Pura mantra bolo.
Hare Krishna. I'm only talking because we have the neighbors.
You have neighbors?
Yeah, remember? See on the apartment, all on the dolls?
Right, apartment and dolls. Right.
Yeah, I have a lot of dolls. And then we have neighbors. We need to talk quietly.
You need to talk quietly.
Oh,
You have
she's
neighbors.
so cute.
At your house, you can be loud, right? Your old house?
Yeah, very loud. They hurt my ears.
Yeah, hurt your ears. Okay.
She's bilingual.
Yeah, she's speaking English and Hindi and whatever else.
Fantastic. I love that.
Very social.
All right.
What?
Krishna.
Bye, Kardo.
Bye.
All right.
Bye.
Nine.
All right. So let me share the screen once more because hopefully Narayan Prabhu's connection is better now.
Yeah, it was terribly bad.
Oh, yeah, it was the bad batteries were dead.
Oh, okay. I see. Narayan Prabhu, maybe you can read again.
Have a new babu.
Yes, new Prabhus.
Come on.
I don't know.
You don't know what? Okay. Let me mute myself.
Now, where's my video?
You too.
Okay, one second.
Hare Bol, Narayan.
Haribol!
Hare Bol.
John, good to see you.
Always a pleasure.
My video's on. Is my video on?
Yeah, but it's
vid-
breaking up.
My video's breaking up?
The sound. Now it sounds okay.
It sounds better now?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so you want me to read?
Yes.
Please. Kindly. Sorry.
Okay.
All
Are we on?
glories. All glories.
All glories. Okay, the poem is called Adoration to Srila Prabhupada. Can you hear okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, Adoration to Srila Prabhupada. Adoration to Prabhupada. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, who is the dearmost person to all true souls. At his lotus feet, I now may take shelter from Maya's deluding embrace. O Krishna, your impartial lotus eyes have been moved by Prabhupada's unswerving love and mercy. Fathomless bliss is ours, unworthy sinners though we be, and wrecked, creeping to the showering light of his divine eyes embrace, though obsessed by material life's disgrace, know we heal and shine in his aspect's visage. Prabhupada, please take me with you to Lord Jagannath's abode. Your miracle glance has trapped me now, forever in the rasa of your love.
Hare Krishna.
That's beautiful, Narayana.
You think so?
Fantastic.
I've never heard that before.
Yeah, I never read it because it's in the same book as Saradia's poem.
Explain Maya to me.
Maya means that which is not.
Uh-huh.
Maya is illusion. And the illusion of Maya is that you think you're your body, whereas your body will die and you will not die. So if you don't die and your body does die, that is Maya. Because you think, that's me, that's me, that's me, croak, then you're dead. Then you take another body with the same soul, same intelligence, same everything from your this life, you take the next birth and you think you're that person. That's Maya.
Uh-huh.
Cycle.
False
Or
identification.
Yeah.
bodily consciousness.
Very rampant in our society these days.
It's Kali Yuga, you know. It's a dark age of quarrel and hypocrisy, but we're in the merciful period, the golden age of Kali, where those who are fortunate are able to drown in the ocean of ecstatic love of Godhead. Well, not drown, but like float on that ocean.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah. So what are we up to right now?
Being careful how we behave in this material planet.
We have to be impeccable.
Thank you for reading that, Narayan. It was nice.
Not as good a poem as Saradia.
Mm.
Something we need to absorb.
Absorb the moon.
Right. It's just how I felt at the time in 1969, 1 year, almost to the day after I took initiation from Srila Prabhupada.
Oh, wow.
Beautiful stuff.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
Straight from the heart.
Yeah. The thing we need to remember is there's only one actual bona fide guru. And that one bona fide guru is Lord Chaitanya. And after that, all the sampradaya of bona fide gurus are simply transferring the sound vibration of Lord Chaitanya to everyone around them.
Sorry.
So we don't need to worry about who's this guru, who's that guru. The guru is Lord Chaitanya. Whoever recognizes that he is the source of the Maha Mantra, then has no difficulty in chanting the Maha Mantra. So if you say, was Prabhupada the last Acharya? We don't need any more Acharyas because Prabhupada's chanting of the holy name of Krishna became broadcast everywhere in the world. So that's all you need. Why? Because all you need to go back to Godhead. I mean, people join ISKCON because they want to go back to Godhead, right? The only thing you need to go back to Godhead is to hear Krishna's holy name once from Lord Chaitanya's lips through Prabhupada or Bhakti Vinod Thakur, like that. If you hear the holy name once, purely uttered, as Prabhupada said, the chanting should be heard from the lips of a pure devotee of the Lord for full effect to be achieved. Chanting from the lips of non-devotees should be avoided as much as milk touched by the lips of a serpent has poisonous effect. So if you hear the holy name of Krishna once, your destiny is already complete. Compare who has heard from Lord Chaitanya through the Sampradaya to a person in another planet who will never hear the holy name of Krishna at all. They will keep on taking birth after birth after birth endlessly. Only we are lucky enough to have had the association of Sri Chaitanya. And who are the acharyas? They are those who recognize that Lord Chaitanya is the only guru that exists. He is Krishna himself. He came here without any reason to come here. There was no motive for Lord Chaitanya to come to planet Earth because he's happy in Vrindavan. So he came here chanting Hare Krishna, teaching people to chant Hare Krishna. Whereas in Krishna Loka, everyone is chanting Hare Krishna to him as the object of that love and bhakti. So the whole question about guru is basically 99% of what people think of as guru is simply bodily attachment of people who are bodily attached. They have attached to their own body, so then they want to find the body of a guru to become attached to. That is useless and in nowadays unnecessary. If you hear the holy name of Krishna, you're going back to Godhead. So now the thing is when? Well, it may take many, many births to go back to Godhead. If you're an insect and you hear the holy name of Krishna once, Hare Krishna, to an ant, what Prabhupada instructed me to do, well, that will take a while for that ant to go back to Godhead. But if a person, human being, hears the holy name of Krishna and starts broadcasting the holy name of Krishna here, there, and everywhere, then he will go back to Godhead much, much quicker than the guy who just heard the Hare Krishna mantra once, or a guy that sits in a temple chanting his japa and ignoring the public and doesn't give a fig who goes to hell as long as he goes back home, back to Godhead. That mentality of selectivism and favoritism and being a special person because you're a devotee is a detriment to going back to Godhead. Anyone who joins the movement to go back to Godhead while ignoring every living entity around him except his own proud self is he is slowing his going back to Godhead dramatically. And the more egotistically he chants, the more slow his going back to Godhead will be. Because he has to get over it. Plus, he has to do amends. He has to do penance for being puffed up. Also, so how many births will that take? Better to just give up the whole egotistical thing, give up the idea that I deserve to go back to Godhead. I have a guru. I'm initiated. I heard the mantra from my pure devotee guru. Give that nonsense up and simply chant. You already have heard the holy name from Lord Chaitanya. If you've heard Prabhupada, you've heard Lord Chaitanya. There's no difference in the sound vibration of Srila Prabhupada and the sound vibration of Lord Chaitanya. That's what Acharya means. His sound vibration is equal to Lord Chaitanya. So if anyone wants to come along and say, well, I want to become a guru, I'm qualified, I'm entitled, I want to become a guru, let him chant as well as Chaitanya chants. Then we can listen. But if he's just saying that, well, anyone can say that. ISKCON produced so many gurus that popped out, both in ISKCON and outside of ISKCON. This guru thing is just because people have bodily attachment and they want a guru body to become attached to without any consideration of what will be the outcome of that attachment. If you say, well, if I get the proper guru, he's a pure devotee or he's following Prabhupada or something like that, if you say that, then that guru will give you what? If he gives you the Maha Mantra, you already have the Maha Mantra. If you've heard the Maha Mantra from a recording of Prabhupada or anywhere, from a devotee of Prabhupada, disciple of Prabhupada, if you've heard the mantra, you're going to go back to Godhead. That is set in stone. The question is, how many births? That is where it becomes you becoming a pure devotee, means you becoming humble. It has nothing to do with the guru. The guru just gives you the Maha Mantra. Everything else is just social life. Oh, my guru does this, or my guru does that. I want to go to my guru. Oh, I'm so fond of my guru. What is that? That is simply bodily attachment, except now you're transferring the attachment to your own body or your wife's body or your kid's body. You're transferring that attachment over to somebody named Guru. Why? Because he's your psychological prisoner now. He can't move without you worshiping him. So that's a disgusting waste of time. Anyone who's an actual guru will be out in the streets chanting here, there, and everywhere, chanting the holy name of Krishna. That is what a devotee does when he has listened to and heard a bona fide spiritual master, because Lord Chaitanya is that bona fide spiritual master. And Lord Chaitanya said to do that, and Prabhupada said to do that. So anyone who's building up their structure, oh, this is what done, this is bona fide, this is, you don't need it. What about books? You don't need them. All you need to do is chant Hare Krishna. Prabhupada said his books exist simply so people will understand why and how to chant Hare Krishna. Therefore, his books need to be presented in their original submission form. No question. But that's for people that are not yet devotees. Once you're a devotee, all you need to do is chant Hare Krishna. If you're advanced enough to understand that you're no longer an ignorant karmi, you're now in Kanistha Adhikari. And as such, you can go here, there, and everywhere broadcasting the name of Krishna. What do you think of that?
So your conclusion is that a man-made technology is causing the parampara of future successor acharyas to become obsolete.
What would they do? What would a future acharya teach you that has not already been taught by Lord Chaitanya? What will a future acharya teach you that Srila Prabhupada, that Lord Chaitanya has not expressed through Thakur Bhaktivinoda, Gaurkishore Babaji, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Srila Prabhupada? What is left to be said besides chant Hare Krishna? And Prabhupada said it, they all said it, Lord Chaitanya said it. So if you consider there's only one actual guru and he has representatives, then that one actual guru is Lord Chaitanya, who came here unnecessarily out of Krishna Loka, out of his causeless mercy. Of course, he had a little motive of his own for coming here, that he wanted to understand the nature of Radharani's devotion. But aside from that, he had no reason to come to planet Earth, nor did the Goswamis. They're all manjaris. They're all perfectly situated in the spiritual world. They don't have to come down here and get lice and fleas by sleeping on the floor, on the ground, as some of them did. You don't need to do that. They came here out of causeless mercy and to carry out some secret pastimes of Krishna in the form of Lord Chaitanya. But in terms of Guru, Guru says chant Hare Krishna. Anybody who says anything else is simply cheating.
It seems quite simple.
Yeah, totally simple.
Well, I disagree. Very.
Okay, what's the basis of your disagreement? What's your disagreement?
It's not Vedic conjunction. It's not Shastric conjunction. For one,
I don't care about Shastra. What's Shastra conjunction? What if just pick anybody out of the crowd and you say that's my guru? What will that guru give you that you don't already have?
That's not the process. The process is in selecting.
Not the process. What will that guru give you that is not already given to you?
That remains to be experienced individually, not for somebody
Okay, so you said
create
stop the
rules
process.
and impose them on
What,
other people.
what is the process?
It's called projecting.
What's the process?
Do
The
we
process
need a
is
do we
by
need a do
Prabhu's
we need a
mercy,
guru? Do we need a
Krishna.
guru to get close to Krishna?
That's the process.
We have to have a
What?
guru to get close to Krishna.
You
Yes.
have to chant the holy name of Krishna purely to get close to Krishna. To chant, to chant Hare Krishna purely, you have to hear the holy name purely, and that you can do by simply buying a CD of Srila Prabhupada chanting.
If I don't have a guru, then I cannot become a true devotee. Is that correct?
I mean,
No.
you can become a devotee, but
Yes.
in order for
What
you
does
to
the
make
guru give you? Bhaktivedanta Prabhu, what does the guru give you that you can't get from a tape recording of Prabhupada?
the premise of a guru is that he is the one who decides who is who he's initiating and who is going and who he is not who's not
What
qualified.
difference does that make? What does initiation give you?
It's
What do you
it's
get out of being initiated? I ask.
the personal.
By the way, all of the stuff that I'm saying that I said in that long dissertation all came from associating with you and Matthew Prabhu because I never thought of it before. But because of the things you raised, I had to go deeper and deeper and deeper until I ended up with Lord Chaitanya and realized the only thing that we're here to do is chant Hare Krishna, not to have a guru. So what does the guru offer you that you can't get by chanting Hare Krishna?
A certificate.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. This is Shreya here.
Shreya. Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Anand Prabhu, I have a question. Can you tell me how many days it's going to take for the process or in the process?
That's it's only for like Krishna to know. What do you mean? What's your
Sorry.
question?
I mean, you said it is a process, right? So I just want to know, is it like a 30-day process, 60-day process, 2 months process? What is the process?
Thank
Well,
you.
it's individual. There's no cardboard
But
cutout.
what is the objective of the process?
Okay, what are the things that go through in the process, Prabhu? So it's like you got to wake up at 6 o'clock, do a chant. What is it? Can you give us an understanding of what you have been prescribed as the process?
The process that I'm referring to is finding encountering a bona fide guru to be able to,
what does that bona fide guru
that will allow them
you?
to elevate.
Let him finish. Let him finish.
The guru is supposed to provide the platform, transcendental platform, and give the vibration in order to cause the soul to develop love for Godhead, and in that way gradually come to further like a more elevated platform, and then from lifetime to lifetime they will eventually make their way home.
Oh.
Okay, so who gave you this as the process? Who told you that this is the process?
That's Shastric injunction.
Where is it written? In which book, or where are you referring it from?
I'm describing from what I've heard directly from.
I know, but what's the point?
But that's not from a bona fide spiritual master, right? Or is it given by a bona fide spiritual master?
Yes, that's what I'm referring to. Prabhupada said that, and my Guru Maharaj has also indicated.
But why would you believe they are bona fide? Because somebody said it?
No. The bona fide, it's actually a 5-stage process. that a person has to evaluate their guru by listening and then thinking, is it true? And then doing it's a further, that process is outlined by a devotee called Chatur Bhuj Prabhu, who used to be a ISKCON Bangalore devotee, but then he left because he just felt that something wasn't right, that all the money was going to Mandu.
Wait. You're talking about money. We're trying to talk about God.
No,
Why
what
do you
I'm
prefer to
referring
talk
to,
about money than talk about Krishna?
I'm referring to,
Naranaran Prabhu, I just want him to, get more clarity on what he's understood.
Is this
Yes,
Shreya
Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu. This is Shreya here.
Wow, I like the force of your preaching.
I just want Anand Prabhu to give me more enlightenment into what he has heard or understood, because I was in that phase for some time. It was difficult for me to come to some sort of a conclusion on what direction to take. So I'm happy that he is in that vicious circle right now, going through to identify what is correct, what is wrong, what is the way, and what is not the way. So it's good. I just want to hear it from him, like what exactly he knows, so we get more clarity and we can try and help him out. If he's correct, we could follow him. If he's not correct, we could at least bring him on the right path. That's why. So yes,
Hare
Prabhu, Anand Prabhu, go ahead. Tell us what you've understood about bona fide spiritual master, and how do you get convinced that he is bona fide? What is your, way of belief?
What does he do for you?
it's
What does
personal.
the spiritual master do for you?
It's
That
not
you
like
need him.
it's
You're
not
going
like
to give him your life. What does he do for you?
it's not like I can advertise, say, this is the correct guru to follow. You should follow him. It's a personal experience.
Why?
If the soul receives purification and they experience that, they're crying tears of ecstasy, their hairs are standing up on end, I would say that is very much bona fide.
You
that's
cannot become purified by
when
chanting Hare
when
Krishna.
when you watch a horror movie, also some people get, the hair standing up feeling and all that. So
That's
what's
fear.
so different about this?
That's fear consciousness. It's completely different. That's described in the first chapter of the Gita. It tells the
Says
Arjuna.
what?
It says that Arjuna, his hair is standing up, but it's not out of ecstasy. It's out of fear. Having to
Right.
kill his own relatives.
Right. So my question is, if that is happening out of fear, and if that is happening out of a spiritual awakening, how do you differentiate that this is spiritual awakening and that is fear?
Well, it's
in a
the
personal
mood,
experience.
the mood of ecstasy, of love for infallible love for Godhead.
So you are not initiated. How can you feel that?
You don't need a specific, hey, hey, I have this certificate, I'm initiated to feel ecstasy.
Exactly. That is what we've been trying to tell you. You don't need initiation to be in getting into the transcendental mode. It is all about a personal experience.
It's my personal experience that
Exactly. That's what Narayan Prabhu is trying to tell you, that it is a personal experience, and in order to feel the personal experience of transcendental effect, you just have to chant Hare Krishna mantra. And why they're saying that is because our bona fide spiritual master, who is Srila Prabhupada, which you are aware of, is also in the lineage of the Guru Sampradaya, the Parampara, and he comes down from Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is Krishna himself, and that is why we are following that particular methodology as prescribed by all our seniors, all the gurus. So anybody after Srila Prabhupada has to be appointed either by Srila Prabhupada, or how do you know that they are supposed to be in the lineage?
And what do they do that
Describe to
Prabhupada
me
has not already done?
how did Srila Prabhupada become the Acharya? Because it wasn't
Exactly, I'm asking the same question. I'm not aware. I'm asking you, how did he come into the lineage?
his Guru Maharaj. He, there wasn't exactly an apparent person, a successor. So what he said was that one day you all continue on conducting these facilities, and one day one of you will become self-effulgent, and naturally people will begin to follow.
Yes. So Prabhupada
Okay,
did it,
so
and
let's.
he went
Here you
over the
are,
whole world.
Prabhupada.
Prabhupada covered the whole globe. Anybody
So
who wants
let's
to hear the
just
Hare
quickly
Krishna mantra
do
can
some.
do so.
This is
Let's just quickly draw some analysis here on the life of Srila Prabhupada. Maybe Ramchandra Prabhu can try and look it up on Google and give us some stats. Let's just discuss on when he got into the Hare Krishna movement, or when he started, and how long it took for him to establish things. Let's just do that analysis, because I want you to get some more information on how things turned out to be as it is. Ramchandra Prabhu, there is this Vivek Bindra's video on YouTube. Are you able to just play that, because he does that analysis in such a short video, like 15-minute video? Are you able to bring that up? Is Ramchandra Prabhu there?
My advice is don't fall in line with what other people are telling you just because it's the popular thing that's being expressed. It's to empty your heart and open it to Krishna, surrender to Krishna.
So
and
That's correct. That's absolutely correct. That's what even Dalai Lama says.
rather
Dalai
than
Lama also says the same thing. Yep.
rather than
Yep.
taking up a political process and saying, oh, this is who I'm familiar with, so it must be that this is the correct path to follow, rather than doing an objective evaluation and coming to your own conclusion based on having done a full analysis.
Okay, Ananda.
No, the reason why I was telling about an analysis here about Srila Prabhupada is because I want you to understand the depth and the length and breadth that he's dived into in order to give us what we have today. The Bhagavad Gita, as you know, has 700 Sanskrit shlokas, right? And the same thing with Srimad Bhagavatam is not as small as the Bhagavad Gita. It's just like one chapter of the entire book itself. So I'm only saying Sanskrit words, like I was telling the other day, has multiple meanings. Just one word can have multiple meanings. And when you break it by syllables, it becomes even more vast. Okay. To put all of that together itself is a big task. The next thing is to translate it to English so that people of the Western countries can understand. And he did all of this not once, but twice. Right? He wrote the book twice and he started publishing it. And in how much time are we talking about that? What is the time span he took to do this kind of work?
You're asking everybody in general? Because
Yeah, anybody. That's okay, Prabhu.
Roughly
That's
10
okay.
years.
Who did what kind of work?
I'm talking about Srila Prabhupada having to write the Bhagavad Gita and the Srimad Bhagavatam translations in Sanskrit and in English. So, how long did it take for him to put together the books?
He did it with astonishing rapidity. I was involved with the publishing of Prabhupada's books.
You're referring to
and nobody in the history of the United States, he got in the Guinness Book of World Records more than once with the volume of books that he produced.
Right. Wow.
And that is not an ordinary thing.
And can you also tell me, Anand Prabhu, the guru that you're following, or whoever is kind of right now teaching you, training you, whatever that is, how many temples has he established?
Let's see. I think as far as I know, there's one in Vrindavan and one in Andhra Pradesh. That shouldn't be the
Okay.
measure persons,
No, that's definitely not. That's definitely not a qualifying factor, but I'm only asking. So you say two temples?
as far as I know, those are
Right.
the two that I'm
And
aware
how
of.
many years?
Have some ashrams here in the US. And I
Okay.
think
Okay, and
ashrams
that
in
is since
as well.
1977, right?
Say again?
That's since 1977, he established 2 temples. After Prabhupada entered Samadhi, he made 2 temples.
Since he left ISKCON in 1989, he has established 2 temples and I think various ashrams in various countries around the
So
world.
the various, can we say maybe 10, 20, 25, 40? Do we have like an approximate number? I'm not asking the definites, but just an approximate, just for you to understand, I'm asking, and for us to know. That's all.
I'm not exactly sure, but if you
Mm-hmm.
think about the congregation, say in like Vrindavan,
Mm-hmm.
where previously Brajavasis were, didn't feel, that there was a need to take initiation. There's so many, the congregation consists of so many Brajavasis who have come to recognize the potency that is being distributed of love of Godhead there
Okay.
at Sandstone Temple.
Okay.
So what are you saying actually?
Well, I'm saying that
So,
it's more
so in
significant.
conclusion, you would say 2 temples and about let's say a handful of ashrams, right? Let's say about 15, 20 ashrams, just for an approximate. Can we say that? As far as you are aware of, probably without what you know, could be more.
I'm not really sure exactly.
Mhm.
I haven't really asked that question.
And that's okay, Prabhu. That's okay. So I just wanted to know, how old is your guru? Like, what is his age?
He was born in 1956.
He's turning 65 on the Ratha Yatra on the 12th.
Mm-hmm. So when he established the temples, what was his age?
Let's see.
What's the difference between ashram and temple?
It's like a schoolhouse, basically. Well, it's a place that you stay in order to.
An ashram is like it's a place. Yes, it's a residential place.
Ashram means a
people that are
place of
studying.
shelter.
A
It's
temple is
like
where
a
you
home
worship
shelter.
Huh.
Ashram means it's a shelter, so they give shelter to the needy. So different ashrams have different purposes. So it could be for, the like we have the old age homes for the old, then we have the orphanages for the children. So it could be anything under the name of ashram. And here, if we're talking in spiritual context, it could be possibly related to spiritual activities.
And
So maybe if it's
they are not temples.
they're not temples. They might have an idol somewhere, where people could go and maybe call it a meditation hall, or if it's a yoga center, then a place to perform yoga. So different purposes, different places could be used. There could be an idol if they are following it. Yeah, it's just a shelter
You can
home.
have an ashram attached to a temple. The temple
Right.
is where you worship. The ashram is where the acolytes live.
Yeah.
Do we need a guru to get to Krishna Loka?
You have to take shelter of pure devotee somehow or other.
Without a guru, you could not be enlightened.
it depends on your standard of enlightenment. If it's like a Buddhist enlightenment, that's like not gonna take you back to Godhead. But if it's like Bhakti Yoga, Bhagavad Dharma, then
Can
definitely
can
the
one get
idea.
to Godhead by themselves?
No,
You have to
by
have a
the
guru.
mercy of Sri Guru and Gauranga, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Krishna.
So I wanted to just conclude what I was trying to discuss here, Anand Prabhu. When we talk about Srila Prabhupada, in a span of 10 years, 11 years, he established 108 temples. Okay, and he wrote these huge volumes of books, which probably nobody has ever been capable of doing. I don't think so. There's anybody in the history who could have written that kind of. Everybody can write. There's nothing big about it, but then to write with credibility and authority, and to validate it as per what was given. Like the Shastra Pramana that we're talking about. I think that is not very common or possible by a common man. It's totally incapable of a common man to be able to at least digest what is written in the translation text. And here we're talking about Srila Prabhupada who has translated it. To read and understand itself is so difficult. It's not so easy. The Bhagavad Gita itself, for you to be able to quote it from here and there to justify a point, we search, right? We have all spent some time reading the books, but then how many shlokas can we quote? How many, the spiritual text can we relate things to? It's not so easy. And Srila Prabhupada can give you, in an instance from anywhere in any of those books. And that's not at all a simple thing. I'm only trying to tell you, Srila Prabhupada was very old by the time he started. And when he started, to the time that he spent in the movement, he was able to establish so many things. And it's still being followed, which means even after he's left us, there are people who are still carrying forward that tradition. And nobody is interested in following a tradition unless it is in context to their current times, right? And when you say about the initiation, when you say about the initiation, when you say about in needing a guru for awakening and all of that, I'll only want to ask you this one question. Lord Krishna and Arjuna, if you have to take just the two characters, Lord Krishna is the guru in that particular situation where they are facing a war with their brothers. So here I'm asking you, Arjuna represents the human mankind, right? He is in representation of mankind himself, and Lord Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And the reason why Krishna talks to Arjuna is to give him the enlightenment he needs, right? Are you following what I'm saying, Prabhu?
Yeah, so far.
Right. So if you're just taking that particular aspect and based on that is where we get the Bhagavad Gita, my question to you is, if Lord gave the Bhagavad Gita, it was made into a book by Vyasa and Lord Ganesha wrote it. My question is, why do you need another human interference of whatever kind, whoever it is? Because you already have the text and somebody has translated it, which was Srila Prabhupada himself. Don't follow Srila Prabhupada. Don't follow anybody else. If you just take the text that he has written, which Srila Prabhupada says it is, as it was in the original, it's just for you to understand. Why do you need another intervention? Krishna never said you have to go to a guru and gain my knowledge. Never said that. The Bhagavad Gita itself says to follow it.
In other words, we don't need a guru. Is that correct?
That's correct, Prabhu. You don't need a guru until you know or you're able to be enlightened. But for that enlightenment, we are not as qualified as the pious souls in the past. And for that reason, we definitely need a guru in our times, because we have a lot of corruption around. Corruption not in terms of just the money, but in all aspects of life. And for that, we need somebody to show us the path, so that we can advance much faster, which is why we are talking about Srila Prabhupada, who has validated it by living a life and showing it to us.
So some individuals can find that path by themselves without a guru. Is that correct?
No.
So let's take Mirabai. Did she have a guru?
No.
It was the love that she had for Krishna that took her onto the path. So we do have examples where there are no gurus. If you take up in quoted from all sorts of history and stories that we've heard, there is Bhakta Prahlad. He was taught spiritual stuff, but then how did he come into Krishna consciousness?
He come
On
in
his own. On his own.
Not a Demuni.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. So there was direction that was given. That's all you need. You don't need the handhold of a guru till the end of time. No. Once you realize what it is, you need to practice it. The way of getting into Krishna consciousness is not by, earlier days we did have the Gurukula system where people, the students were asked to live in the Gurukul, to do all the activities as prescribed by the Guru, where we were supposed to even serve the Guru. That was possible those days. That is the way it was. But then now it's not in that way. Srila Prabhupada has made it so simple for us by giving us Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mantra. He says, if you just chant this mantra, you're going to get into the spiritual mode. So when he's given it to you in such simple ways, why do you think you need another person in between the two of you? And Srila Prabhupada made it very clear, even after me, you don't need any other guru, or you don't have a need to write another book. I have written it all. He says it very clearly.
Where did he say that you don't need another guru?
I'm saying that he says through his books, he's always there. So why do you need another person? In my existence, would I want somebody else to take up my place?
Let me tell you this, because this has been very roundabout, because of the fact that nobody has evaluated the books of my Guru Maharaj. Nobody has measured the caliber of his potency. They're simply going on what they already know and taking that as the conclusion, which is not a scientific
Okay, tell me one thing, Prabhu. Tell me one thing.
Process. May I finish?
Sorry to interrupt, but let me ask you this. When you have a teacher, let's say you have a English teacher or a physics teacher, whatever that is, and let's say he or she is like the professor, she knows everything about it, and then you have another person who's also a professor in another country. Would you want to follow the other guru or the other teacher from another country, or you'll just stick to your guru?
I'm afraid I don't follow. I think the conditions are different because
I'm only saying, let's say you have a physics teacher. Okay, let's just say an A physics teacher, and then we have a B physics teacher. A is from your country and B is from another country. Both of them are equally qualified. Both of them are very good in what they teach. So would you need a B guru when you have an A guru?
That's the thing. You already come to the conclusion that Krishna Balaram Swami is not up to par. He's definitely.
I have no clue who you're talking about. In fact, Prabhu, I have no clue who you're talking about. And in your place, whoever would talk about any other guru, I'm not going to be, giving it a second thought, because I've been through my spiritual path where I've seen all the kinds of gurus that we have, and I only could see that I could move only for a little distance ahead, but I could not completely
express.
I could not completely see the transcendental effect that I was in need of, which I saw only in Srila Prabhupada.
Exactly.
So by experience, I'm telling you that I was born after Srila Prabhupada was gone. So,
Thing
of
about
course, without his
other
existence, he has guided me.
no other qualified acharya after Srila Prabhupada besides Krishna Balaram Swami. And I can understand why you become jaded, because I was jaded. I was like, man, where am I supposed to, the process Shastra says.
And all that Naranarayan Prabhu and all of us are trying to say is, you are still being jaded. That's what we are trying to say.
That's easy to say if you don't do a full scientific evaluation.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. If you do the analysis of Srila Prabhupada and your Guru Maharaj, you
I've
would know for yourself.
But actually, what you're saying is not sanctioned by Shastra. You can. There's nowhere ever in
Okay,
Shastra.
can you tell me by Shastra that your Guru Maharaj is the Guru Maharaj that you have to follow? Which Shastra says that?
There's nobody ever in the history of Shastra where they have taken shelter of a non-physical guru. Now, the fact that we come to this point, I don't really feel that comfortable telling people, like, your whole philosophy is, not.
I understand. That's not something
and
everybody is
my
comfortable
point
to do. Totally
my-
Are
understand.
you
My point was
reject
to
Lord
give
Chaitanya
credibility.
because he's not a physical guru? Is Lord Chaitanya a physical
my-
guru or not a physical guru?
I don't know what you said, but I was trying to finish my thought, and that's
Yeah, you're talking about physical.
exchange here is more emotional.
A body with pus, blood,
than
stool, and
actually
urine guru.
scientific.
You want somebody who wants to eat, sleeps, mates, and defends. That guru. What about Lord Chaitanya? Is he not a guru?
Who said that? Who's
You said
debating?
you have to have a living guru. Lord Chaitanya, is he living or not living?
Okay, so
Not the same conclusion. You're just kind of
Is
twisting
Lord
things.
Chaitanya living guru or not a living guru? You have to have some guy with pus, blood, stool, and urine guru, not not Lord Krishna himself as guru.
So
Why
let me
do you say Lord
I can
Chaitanya
ask
is
you
not
the
a
same
bona fide
question.
guru?
I can look.
One minute, Naranaran Prabhu.
Why would
I
you
want
need
Anand
Prabhupada?
Prabhu to finish what he's saying. Go ahead,
Okay.
Prabhu. Finish what you're saying.
By the
Yeah.
way,
Why would you
Shaya
say?
Prabhu, I am
saying that,
100%
but
enthusiastic
I can
as what
ask you
you're
the same
doing.
question about why would you need Srila Prabhupada if you have Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Why? Because that's Shastric injunction. It's a chain of disciplic succession.
Because
So if you accept that to be a
Only thing I'm trying to do here, not to tell you guys if you're right or wrong, but to give credibility to, since I'm the one being approached, to give credibility to my Guru Maharaj, who's the only Brajavasi disciple of Srila Prabhupada, who was born in a Brahminical family and has been in Gurukul from age 8 to 16, went to a college to translate from Sanskrit to English, and also has memorized 30,000 Vedic slokas. That's, like you said, that's a supernatural ability. And it's not just any person can do that. You won't ever find anybody more in this sampradaya who will be able
Everybody
to
in
do
this
that.
Gurukula did the same thing.
So I'm just going to leave it at that. I would
Sure,
rather
Prabhu. No, there's nothing wrong about it, Anand Prabhu. These things are not of an instance that you, can understand. So take your time. You will get to see. The truth will uncover itself. So there's no harm in following anybody, because Lord Krishna is going to let you. He's not going to be quiet about his innocent, students or children.
Right.
So he's definitely going to bring you back on the path which is more appropriate for you. Everybody has a different way to reaching the same thing. So it's not that the entire world had to follow Srila Prabhupada to be enlightened, right? There is possibility that when he was there, when he was not there,
Well, there's
There
some.
were people who were getting into the transcendental path. So it's not just through Srila Prabhupada that you can be enlightened. It's more easier is all that we're saying, because he's made it more simplified. But then it is not about validating any one particular person here. So take your time. You will definitely get more.
Because, I'm the one being approached, you know, saying that, you know, basically describing, trying to poke holes in, you know, the platform that I've established by the mercy of Sri Guru and Gauranga.
Okay, we need to wrap it up. It's time's up.
Yeah.
Yes, I was
So Ramchandra Prabhu wants to show us something. So let's see what he's saying.
I was actually hoping that we would cover more of Varnashram Dharma, and didn't really see us going back down this path roundabout once more.
Okay, so this is a conversation very early in 1968 in Seattle, October 2nd. This question of the living spiritual master came up, and Srila Prabhupada answers it. Maybe Srila Prabhu, can you read this? You can start here.
By the way, I was there.
You were there, so then, okay. Haribol. Srila Prabhu? Yes, you can read this.
Okay. So Prabhupada, okay. Madhudvisa says, I was referring to a living spiritual master.
Start from here. This part here.
Okay. Okay.
Is it too high? Should I bring
No,
it on?
no. It's just on my phone that I need to adjust it, because
I can just see
I'll
right now
manage it.
that Prabhupada does not differentiate between Diksha and Shiksha in this conversation.
Yeah.
Okay. So Prabhupada says, when you read Bible, you follow spiritual master. How can you say without? As soon as you read Bible, that means you are following the instruction of Lord Jesus Christ. That means you are following spiritual master. So where is the opportunity of being without spiritual master? So Madhudvisa says, I was referring to a living spiritual master. Now Prabhupada says, spiritual master is not the question of spiritual master. Okay, spiritual master is not the question of. Spiritual master is eternal. Spiritual master is eternal. So your question is without spiritual master. Without spiritual master, you cannot be at any stage of your life. You may accept this spiritual master or that spiritual master. That is a different thing, but you have to accept.
Yeah.
As you say that by reading Bible, when you read Bible, that means you are following the spiritual master represented by some priest or some clergyman in the line of Lord Jesus Christ. So any case, you have to follow a spiritual master. There cannot be the question without spiritual master. Is that clear?
Jai. So I just wanted to point this out to the people who are watching. This was referring to a living spiritual master. So the Prabhupada makes a very good distinction that whenever you read the Bhagavad Gita written by the Acharya, Srila Prabhupada, you are following spiritual master. So if someone is, representing Srila Prabhupada, the instructions are coming from Srila Prabhupada. So he is the spiritual master for the whole ISKCON, Siksha and Diksha, which we have established before.
So you're trying to conclude that Anand Prabhu's guru, being Srila Prabhupada's student, he's following Srila, disciple. So all of them still belong to Srila Prabhupada, under the Srila Prabhupada's.
Yeah, they're following spiritual master. If Krishna Balaram is following Srila Prabhupada, he's following spiritual master. If I'm following Srila Prabhupada, I'm following spiritual master, right?
Okay, so what you're trying to say is, if you're following Srila Prabhupada, then you are a disciple of Srila Prabhupada. And if Krishna Balaram is following Srila Prabhupada, they are also disciples of Srila Prabhupada. And if we are saying Anand Prabhu about Srila Prabhupada directly, we are trying to help him get connected directly to Srila Prabhupada than having to go around about
I think
journey.
he got in contact with Srila Prabhupada before he even got in contact with Krishna Balaram Swami. Didn't you not?
Oh,
And
okay.
Ananda Prabhu?
Yes,
Did you read Prabhupada's books before you even met Krishna Balaram Swami or heard about him?
yes. Prabhupada has been my Siksha Guru ever since I read his first open up his book. You know,
But the question is the spiritual teaching or the flesh and blood, pus, blood, stool, and urine presence of a mortal man who is then your spiritual master? Why is the pus, blood, stool, and urine
it's
mortal human being
soul. It's that
your
person's
choice
soul.
over Prabhupada?
It's that person's soul. See, what you're doing is you're creating a political
Not
association. Like
political.
that's
Politics
what
is
you're
different.
doing. That's what I'm getting, because you're kind of saying, no, you have to follow Srila Prabhupada. It's
What
Srila
I'm saying
Prabhupada and
is,
nothing else. It's my president, this and that. You know, it's the same
no,
argument.
what you want to make Krishna Balaram Swami into a politician?
No, I'm saying what you're doing is you're saying that I should
Where
follow
does it
Srila
say,
Prabhupada,
why
take
do
him
you
Diksha
feel
Guru.
that you cannot surrender to Lord Chaitanya?
What's the so? Tell me how I'm not surrendering to Lord Chaitanya.
Because you want to surrender to a mortal human
Guru
being.
No,
Maharaj.
no, Prabhu. Prabhu, what he's saying is he's trying to. They are following Chaitanya Prabhu. They are following Srila Prabhupada. But then I think Anand Prabhu is still stuck at the point where he's differentiating Srila Prabhupada as a Siksha Guru, and he's expecting somebody to be his Diksha Guru who's going to help him get initiated. So probably somebody needs to, or Ramchandra Prabhu, if you can show us anywhere in the text that Srila Prabhupada has written about initiation, how it happens, or when is that going to be?
Srila Prabhupada,
Maybe he'll understand.
Srila Prabhupada says the Shiksha Guru becomes the Diksha
Let
Guru.
me tell you, you're actually, I don't know, I feel that you're coming from a conceited platform.
What?
That's okay, Prabhu. Let everybody come from whatever platforms they have. You can continue to make your point. That's okay.
You're projecting on people. Like, you should allow them to,
Why do
instead
you
of
make
saying,
it this
Yes, please go
political?
ahead. Please go ahead and please go ahead and talk.
Political.
you don't
This
say
is
that. You don't
spiritual.
say one day you'll come to this.
Transcendental. You want to turn it into bodily
if your
politics?
path is
Now you
correct,
want to drag in
all
a
you do
human
is you
body
simply
to
present
be your
and you
guru.
demonstrate by example. And if that's the correct path, then people will naturally follow you. But I
It's
see
time to
a
it's
lot
time
of-
to wrap it. It's time to wrap it up,
Okay.
everybody.
Okay,
that's
so
cool.
my question from the beginning has been, Bhaktivinoda, what do you want to do to go back to Godhead? And what do you need that you don't already have from Prabhupada and from Lord Chaitanya through Prabhupada? What do you need from somebody else to go back to Godhead? I'm just saying, there's Lord Chaitanya, there's Prabhupada. Now you say, I have to have this flesh and blood. There's Lord Chaitanya and Prabhupada. Wait, there's Lord Chaitanya and Prabhupada. What do you need beyond that to go back to Godhead? What would someone give you that you don't already have from Lord Chaitanya?
The process is that the spiritual master has to say, this is a qualified candidate. I will accept him as my disciple.
So you can't chant Hare Krishna unless the spiritual master tells you that you're a disciple?
I didn't say that.
That's what you just said.
No, I didn't.
Okay, then let me repeat the question. What do you need beyond Lord Chaitanya coming through the Sampradaya to Srila Prabhupada, who is broadcasted all over the place? You can go online and get endless supplies of Prabhupada chanting Hare Krishna, which is the same sound vibration as Lord Chaitanya chanting Hare Krishna. Why do you need something extra beyond or something of that sort before you can go become surrendered to Krishna by chanting Hare Krishna? What do you need besides chanting Hare Krishna, hearing from a pure devotee, to go back to Godhead? Or you make it a political, sociological, human pus, blood, stool, and urine experience. Why?
It's about, okay, the energetic value. The Acharya is supposed to hear be here to anchor Goloka Vrindavan, that transcendental platform to this earth, and channel that energy to give by giving
Are you
Can
suggesting
I say something here? Can I say something here, Anand Prabhu? So there is this time when before I came into the understanding of Srila Prabhupada, where I was also in search and I met different gurus. I don't want to take their names right now, but then I did do yoga. I did do meditation. I did a lot of things because I wanted to understand the spiritual path, and the understanding of that, which I never got from doing all those activities, which was talking all about the energy levels, that they talk about the third eye awakening, the chakras, the meditation. They speak a lot of all those things. So when people ask me to sit down and do meditation and do yoga and all of that, I was totally innocent. I thought that is the way to be, but it's not every man's way. Not everybody can be doing all of those things. So that's when I again lost hope. I lost hope because I was not getting any far from where I was. It's not the only way to reach Sri Krishna. He did not say do all these things and then come to me, right?
Okay.
And that's not the only way. It is one of the ways, okay? And I'm only trying to tell you, if somebody is telling you that you need this energy and
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying I'm
mhm.
describing Bhakti Lata Beach, that the energy that is being transmitted from Goloka Vrindavan to this
by
earth.
Lord Chaitanya? Why do you say Lord Chaitanya has failed to provide the Bhakti Lata Beach to you? What is his failure?
That? You're coming up to really poor conclusions.
Okay, go
you
ahead.
want the Bhakti Lata Beach?
Prabhu,
Are you saying you cannot
Anand
get
Prabhu,
the
I
Bhakti
just
Lata
Very
Beach?
obvious that
One
you're
second,
very
Shreya.
politically motivated.
Can I get the Bhakti Lata Beach from Lord Chaitanya?
Okay, Anand Prabhu, let me just tell you this. You can continue to make your statements. Nobody is drawing any conclusions here based on whatever we're talking, and nor are we motivated by any other thoughts here. We all just want to hear it. See,
You're
we
speaking for everybody. How can you do
Mhm.
that?
Yes.
Because I just heard Naranarayan, and he
Mhm.
said that I'm not, basically I don't have faith in Sri Gauranga, which is completely false.
Now he's
So
trying
if
to
you have faith
ask
in Sri
you.
Gauranga,
Have a good night
why
now.
do you need another source
I
from
should
Bhakti
just
Lata Beach?
save my energy.
Right, that's what Naranarayan
Have a
Prabhu
nice
is
night.
saying.
Haribol.
If you're talking about the Bhakti Lada Beach, the
Okay, I
energy.
think it's time to officially end. He has left the conversation here.
Oh,
Oh,
Who has?
okay.
Andrew.
So for the benefit of everybody else who's watching Ramchandra Prabhu, maybe we should just conclude it by saying, if anybody is following anybody else's methodology or believing that they're going to receive some sort of energy and initiation through some other guru, that's not true, because Lord Chaitanya has clearly said it's all in the Maha Mantra. You just have to chant.
Exactly.
So that is the conclusion he's been saying, for which you don't need another person to give you any sort of supernatural or unnatural or any sort of powerful energies from anywhere else, because it's all in the Maha Mantra. If anybody chants the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, they're going to get all of that, what people are prescribing it as possible in the initiation process. I just wanted to conclude with that, so we don't leave the meeting without a conclusion.
Jai.
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 Hi.
Looking wonderful, Mahaprabhu. You got tilak on. Haribol.
Jai.
I'm trying.
Well,
I'm a
trying,
novice. You know I'm a novice.
trying is more than not trying.
Hare
You look
Krishna.
great, Mahaprabhu.
Okay, we should end now.
All right. So,
Okay, Rupa. Rupa's the boss.
yes, she is. Haribol.
Haribol.
Haribol, Haribol.
Rupa Mataji,
Shreya,
can I
thank you
ask you
very
to
much. Your conclusions were incredibly succinct, excellent, and transcendental and persuasive. And I was following your reasoning, which was avenues which I had not yet considered. The way you were speaking, I really appreciated it. Thank you very much.
I'm
Hare
very
Krishna.
little. I've just read a little bit, Prabhu. There's a whole lot that I also need to understand in Srila Prabhupada's books. This is just my little understanding of what's been through so far. And Rupa Mata, can I request you to chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra before we leave? Just want to hear it from you.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Jai.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
That's the mantra.